Hey everyone, and welcome. So today we're going to talk about something that should be fun, right? Going out to eat. But let's be honest, ordering food in an English-speaking restaurant can be kind of nerve-wracking. Well, don't worry, we're going to make it super simple and totally stress-free.
So does this feeling seem familiar at all? You know, that little flutter of panic when you see the waiter walking towards your table? Yeah, you are definitely not alone in that. But I promise by the end of this, you're going to have everything you need to order like a pro with total confidence.
And we're not just going to memorize a bunch of boring phrases. No way. We're going to walk through the whole experience together, you and me, right from the second you walk in the door all the way to paying the bill. It's kind of like your own personal guide to eating out. Okay, let's get right into it. Part 1, getting seated. So picture this. You've just walked into the restaurant. Your very first mission? Getting a table. And trust me, this part is the easiest part of the whole night. It's really just 2 simple steps. First, you just give a friendly hello to the host, and second, you tell them how many people you have with you. That is literally it. Super simple. And here is the magic phrase you need. It's polite, it's super clear, and it works every time. If you've got more people with you, just switch out the number. You know, a table for 4, please. Easy, right? Okay, you're in. You're sitting at your table. Now it's time for the main event, actually ordering your food and drinks. Now, most of the time, the menu is either already at your table or they'll bring it right over. But what if they don't? Don't just sit there waiting forever. A simple, polite, "excuse me," is all you need to get the waiter's attention and ask for one. So here's a little tip. A lot of the time, the waiter will want to take your drink order first, sometimes even before you've had a chance to really look at the food menu. They'll probably come over and say something like, "Can I get you started with something to drink?"
And your answer can be just this simple. Saying "I'd like" or "I'll have" are both perfect, totally polite ways to say what you want. The key thing? Just try to remember to add a please at the end.
Okay, drinks are on the way. Now for the food. The waiter will come back in a bit and probably ask, "Are you ready to order?" Let's say you want to start with an appetizer, or a starter, as you'll often hear. Once again, that simple phrase, "I'll have," is going to work perfectly. Then for your main dish, you can change it up a little bit. This actually helps keep your order really organized. If you say, "For my main course," it's super clear and it helps the waiter keep track. See? It's not a test, it's just a conversation. But what happens if you open the menu and you have no idea what something is? You see a dish you don't recognize, or an ingredient you've never even heard of. First thing, don't panic. It is absolutely okay to ask for a little help. You know, the most important thing to remember is this. Do not be shy about asking questions. Seriously, the restaurant staff, they want to help you find something you're going to love. Asking for a recommendation is totally normal. And here are a few really simple but powerful questions you can keep in your back pocket. You can just point to something on the menu and ask, "What is this?" Or if you want more info, "Can you explain this dish?" Oh, and asking, "What is the chef special?" That's always a great way to find something really amazing. So, you did it. You ordered your meal, the food is delicious, you're having a great time. Now we're getting to the final phase of the whole experience, dealing with any little issues that might come up, and, of course, paying. Okay, let's play out a scenario that happens sometimes. Let's say you order the fish, but the waiter brings you the chicken. It happens. The really important thing is just how you handle it. Look, the process here is super straightforward. There's no need for any drama. All you do is get their attention, again with a polite, "Excuse me," and then just calmly explain what happened. Politeness is absolutely key. And here's the perfect way to say it. If you start with, "Excuse me, I'm sorry, but," It just softens everything. It shows you're not angry or trying to be difficult. It keeps the whole thing really positive, and believe me, they will be more than happy to fix it for you. Okay, so the meal was fantastic, any little mistake was fixed, and you're feeling full and happy. Awesome. There's just one last thing to do before you head out. And yep, you guessed it. When it's time to pay, this is pretty much the universal phrase you're going to need. Just catch your waiter's eye one last time and ask. Now, here's a really important little vocabulary tip to keep in mind. If you're in the UK or many other places, you ask for the bill. But if you're in the US, you ask for the check. They mean the exact same thing. Just, use the one for wherever you are. All right, we've gone through the whole journey from start to finish. To make things even easier for you, let's pull all those key phrases together into one handy little cheat sheet. Let's just do a quick run-through one last time. So, you've got asking for a table, asking for the menu, ordering your drinks and then your food, politely correcting any mistakes, maybe asking for dessert, and finally, asking for the bill. Honestly, these phrases are all you need for a totally confident, smooth dining experience. You've totally got this. At the end of the day, ordering in English isn't about being perfect. It's really just about communicating clearly and politely. And I gotta say, you are more than ready. So I'll leave you with one last question, just for practice. What's your favorite thing to order at a restaurant? Thanks so much for joining me.
Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're tackling something pretty essential, wouldn't you say? It affects your happiness, definitely your hunger levels, navigating a restaurant anywhere in the world.
Absolutely. You're there, you're hungry, maybe the place is new to you.
Right. And the pressure's on, you need the words, the tools to get the meal you actually want.
Exactly. And that's our mission today. We're diving into the source material to pull out that step-by-step process, the key phrases, so you, the listener, feel confident straight away, not overwhelmed.
Yeah, because it really is just a conversation, isn't it? But knowing those opening lines, that's key to getting started smoothly.
It sets the whole tone.
Okay, so let's break it down. We're starting right at the beginning. You walk in the door, hungry, meet a seat. What's the play?
Well, that first chat with a host, or a maitre, it's really just about information transfer, especially if they're busy. Speed and clarity matter most.
Okay. So no need for long pleasantries necessarily.
Not always, no. Get straight to it. And the sources give us a super direct way to do this.
Which is
Simply, a table for number, please.
Nice and simple. So if there are two of us, hello, a table for two, please.
Precisely. Or a table for 4, please. It just works. That structure means they don't have to ask how many back at you.
Right. It cuts out a step. Efficient, gets you seated faster. Makes sense.
Exactly. An instant info transfer.
Okay, we're in. We've got our table. What's next? The menu, obviously. But what if the waiter's whizzing past? How do you grab their attention politely?
Yeah, that happens. Eye contact is your first tool. Always try and catch their eye.
Okay. Eye contact secured. Then
you use that universal polite opener. Excuse me. It just cuts through without being rude.
Right. Excuse me. And then what?
Then the request. Simple, direct. Excuse me, can we have the menu, please?
Can we have the menu? I like that.
Yeah, the excuse me is like a little flag, isn't it? Signals you need a moment. And it works pretty much everywhere, any kind of restaurant.
That's a great takeaway already. That, excuse me, is our go-to opener for
Okay.
for quite a few situations in a restaurant, I imagine.
Definitely. You'll see it pop up again.
Okay, menus arrive. What's usually the very next thing?
Drinks. Almost always. The waiter will probably ask something like, are you ready to order drinks, or can I get you something to drink?
Okay, and our response. The sources mentioned I'd like and
Yeah.
I'll have. Is there a difference?
Good question. Yeah, there's a slight nuance. I'll have a water, please. It sounds a bit quicker, maybe more decisive, like you know exactly what you want.
Okay.
Whereas I'd like a water, please is perhaps a touch more formal, maybe better for a fancier place, or if you're just being a bit more reserved. Both are totally fine, though.
Interesting. So it slightly signals your, comfort level.
Yeah, something like that. Anyway, drinks are ordered. Then we look at the food menu, usually broken down, right? Starters.
Or appetizers.
Yeah, appetizers. Then main courses, and finally, desserts.
So ordering the starter, let's use the examples we had. Tomato soup, small green salad. How do I make it clear it's just the starter?
You use the menu's own labels, frame it clearly. For my starter, I'd like the tomato soup. That way there's zero confusion.
Got it. So for my starter, leaves no doubt. So if I wanted the salad, maybe using the quicker version, I'll have the small green salad for my starter, please.
Perfect. Clear, quick, done.
Okay, easy enough. But what about when? You know, the menu's confusing. Or there's that chef special listed. You can't always tell what it is.
Right. And you shouldn't just guess. This is where you need to ask questions. It's expected.
But I always feel a bit awkward asking, like I should already know. What's a good way to phrase it?
Don't feel awkward. The waiter's job includes explaining things. You can be direct. What is this? Pointing at the item, maybe? Or slightly more formal. Can you explain this dish? It just shows you're interested.
Okay, can you explain this dish? I like that. And for the mystery special, the chef's special.
Same approach. Use your signal. Excuse me, what is the chef's special today?
Oh, excuse me. Again.
Yep. They'll tell you if it's, chicken with vegetables or some fancy pasta. Takes the guesswork right out. Asking questions is smart, not ignorant. It's a tactical advantage, really.
Tactical advantage in dining. I like that.
All right, moving on to the main event. The main course. This is usually the bigger dish, the focus of the meal.
And where maybe a mistake hurts the most if they get it wrong?
Exactly. So clarity is still key. We stick to that structure we use for starters.
So if I want the pasta, spaghetti with tomato sauce from the examples.
You'd say, for my main course, I'll have the spaghetti, please. Nice and clear.
Okay. And for the other option, the grilled fish with vegetables?
Same pattern. For my main course, I'd like the grilled fish, please. Or I have the grilled fish. Either works.
Got it. A simple structure, less room for error. But errors happen.
They absolutely do. And this next bit is, I think, maybe the most valuable skill we'll cover today. How to correct a mistake politely but effectively.
Okay, let's set the scene. I ordered the fish. The waiter puts down chicken.
Yeah.
What do? Do I have to be really firm? I mean, they messed up.
It's tempting to be firm, maybe even a little annoyed, right? But honestly, getting aggressive rarely helps. It can just make things awkward or slow.
So what's the strategy?
Our source material points towards something called the politeness sandwich. It's a classic communication technique, really good for tricky situations.
Politeness sandwich. Okay, tell me more. How do I make one?
You start with politeness, state the issue clearly in the middle, and end with politeness, or at least a neutral tone.
Okay.
So you start with your attention getter. Excuse me. Maybe add a little, I'm sorry, not because you did anything wrong, but just to soften the interruption.
Right, like sorry to bother you, but...
Exactly. So for the fish versus chicken scenario, excuse me, I'm sorry, but I ordered the fish, not the chicken.
Excuse me, I'm sorry, but I ordered the fish, not the chicken.
Yeah.
Okay. It's direct, but not aggressive.
Precisely. The excuse me, I'm sorry part makes the waiter more receptive, less defensive. Then the I ordered the fish, not the chicken, is just a clear statement of fact. It focuses on fixing the problem quickly, without any drama.
That makes a lot of sense. Get the right food, no big fuss.
That's the goal. The big takeaway here is definitely speak up if something's wrong, but use politeness as your tool to get it fixed smoothly.
Okay, great. We've navigated the main course, maybe even fix a little mistake. We're feeling good. What's the wind down phase look like?
Well, the waiter will likely come back once your mains are cleared and ask that classic question, would you like to see the dessert menu?
And assuming we've saved room...
A simple yes, please works perfectly. Then, looking at the examples again, chocolate cake, vanilla ice cream, we just use the same ordering structure.
Right, I'll have the chocolate cake, please. Or, I'd like the vanilla ice cream. Easy.
But let's layer in that customization aspect we touched on, especially with coffee or tea after the meal.
Ah, yes, the details. People have preferences.
Exactly. So if you order coffee, be ready for the follow-up with milk and sugar. Or they might just bring milk and sugar on the side.
So you need to be precise. If I just want milk...
You'd say, just milk, no sugar, please. Or the other way around. Being specific avoids them having to ask again or you having to fix it later.
Okay. Or if I ordered, say, an English breakfast tea, I might specify milk, please, right when I order it.
Good idea. It just shows you're, on top of your order, communicating clearly.
Makes sense. Okay. Dessert's done, coffee finished, only one thing left.
Paying the bill. Or the check.
Yeah.
And this is where that little vocabulary difference is crucial.
Right. The UK versus US thing, it catches people out.
It really does. So if you're in the UK or Australia, New Zealand, places like that, you ask for the bill.
Excuse me, can we have the bill, please? Using our favorite opener again.
You got it. But if you're in the US or Canada, you need to switch.
You asked for the check. Can we have the check, please?
Exactly. Knowing that small difference just makes you sound, well, like you know the ropes. It's a subtle fluency marker.
Good tip. And then when it arrives, paying.
Pretty simple. If you're using a card, you can ask, can I pay by card? Or if you have cash, just putting it in the folder or handing it over with maybe a nod or a here you go is fine.
And done. Full meal, navigated successfully. Hashtag conclusion and takeaways.
Exactly. And you see, the whole thing, it's based on a pretty predictable flow of framework. Let's just quickly recap those 7 key steps, pull it all together.
Yeah, let's nail down that roadmap. What are the 7 essential actions?
Okay. 1, ask for your table clearly. A table for 2, please.
Got it.
2, get the menu. Can we have the menu, please?
Yeah.
Remember that, excuse me, if needed.
Right.
3, order drinks. Choose your style. I'll have a water, please.
Okay.
4, order your food, starter then main. Use that clear structure. I'll have the soup and then the pasta, something like that.
Yeah.
5, handle mistakes politely. The politeness sandwich. Excuse me, I'm sorry, but I ordered the fish.
Crucial one.
6, ask for dessert if you want it.
Yeah.
We'd like to see the dessert menu.
Nearly there.
And 7, ask for the bill or the check. Using the right word for where you are. Can we have the bill check, please?
That's it. The 7 steps. It really does give you a structure, doesn't it? And like we said, that structure builds confidence. It's not about being perfect.
Not at all. It's about having a plan, knowing the next likely step. The most important thing now is just to, try it out. Practice makes perfect. Or at least makes it much easier.
Definitely. Give it a go. Hashtag tag outro.
Absolutely. And, since we talked a lot about asking questions being a good tactic, can you explain this dish and so on? Here's something else to maybe think about, a final little thought.
Oh, go on.
Well, if asking what a dish is helps you order, what happens if you take it a step further? What if you ask about the origin of a dish? Like, where does this spaghetti recipe come from? Or is this fish sourced locally? How might that kind of question change the conversation?
That's interesting. It moves beyond just ordering, doesn't it? Into, actual connection, understanding more about the food, the place.
Potentially, yeah. Something to mull over next time you're out.
A fantastic thought to end on. Well, hopefully you feel armed now with that essential framework for ordering your next meal with confidence. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Yeah, go out there, use the steps, and most importantly, enjoy your meal.